From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Naira Ahmed. Canadian Pacific Kansas City workers were visited on the picket line in Calgary today by the national president of Teamsters Canada, promising that the fight will go on. Canadian Press reporter Bill Graveland has more.
This is not over. I'm telling you, this is not over.
Francois Laporte and International President Sean O'Brien arrived in a black semi, its horns blaring, with Teamsters emblazoned on the side. Laporte says the union intends to fight a provision allowing the rail dispute be sent to binding arbitration.
This article will be challenged in court.
Laporte says as far as he's concerned, the dispute is not over and pickets will remain. Bill Graveland, the Canadian Press, Calgary.
The federal Conservatives are maintaining their silence as strife continues between two of Canada's major railways and its union. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre has yet to comment on the Liberal government's decision to impose binding arbitration after Canadian National Railway and Canadian Pacific Kansas City locked out 9,300 employees yesterday. NDP leader Jagmeet Singh has slammed the decision. The Public Health Agency of Canada says it's too soon to consider a Listeria outbreak linked to several plant-based milks over, although it appears to be slowing down. The federal agency's director of outbreak management says it won't feel comfortable declaring this outbreak over until early October. The last tally of cases reported on August 11th remains unchanged, with 20 confirmed infections in Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia, and Alberta, and 3 deaths. About 30% of newsroom jobs have been cut at a 145-year-old daily newspaper in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador, following a takeover by Toronto-based Post Media.
Keith Goss, who heads the union representing workers at the Telegram, says staff learned Wednesday that 4 of the paper's 13 newsroom positions will be eliminated. As well, Saturday will be the paper's last daily print edition. It will be moving to a weekly print version beginning next week with daily news online. Goss says there were more than 40 people working in the newsroom when he first started at the Telegram in 1986. Postmedia's takeover of the Telegram is part of its acquisition of the insolvent Saltwire Network and the Halifax Herald, which together formed Atlantic Canada's largest newspaper chain. Keith Dusa, the Canadian Press.
And Gord Downey wasn't interested in ever becoming a hologram musician.
Sundown in the Paris of the prairie.
Tragically hip guitarist Paul Langlois told the Canadian Press a prominent hologram company known for creating digital versions of deceased performers approached the band before Downey's death, wondering if he might want to sign up. Langlois says Downey's response was a resounding no, and that his surviving bandmates would honor his word if they were ever approached again. Downey died of brain cancer in October of 2017. Lisa Laporte, the Canadian Press, Toronto.
This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the CFL's West Division is up for grabs right now, and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers look to close in on the leaders when they host Hamilton tonight. The Bombers come into the game with 2 straight wins over BC and are just a point behind the Lions for second in the division and 3 points behind first place Saskatchewan. The Tiger Cats are in last in the East, but will come in with a new look on defense led by veteran coach Chris Jones. In the MLB, the Toronto Blue Jays and Los Angeles Angels continue a 4-game series at the Rogers Centre. Toronto won last night's series opener to improve to 4-0 against the Angels this season. And starting this season, all American Hockey League players and on-ice officials will be using cut-resistant neck protection. Neck protection became more prominent after the death of American Adam Johnson last year, who was struck in the neck by a skate blade during a game. From the Canadian Press, I'm Naira Ahmed.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.